But you
Okay, I got something
contacted
for you, right?
World Star, and it basically helped Grind Time pop off on some.
All
Eh,
right, yeah.
I'm gonna do it. But you also watched Next Man's get free passes on some contacting the whole world shit, and I'm like, yo, I want media passes. Like, let's be real, that's bliss. I'm like, how do you do that?
Yo, I realize at a certain point is that you can really talk your way into anything. You know what I'm saying? And like, all right, so we talked about my pops, right? So my mom, for like majority of her life, she's been a human resources consultant, right? So
Oh
her whole
shit,
thing is
that's
that
big.
yeah, she would negotiate a lot of people's contracts in like all different fields, and she have to learn about these fields, and or she be hired as a temp to fucking basically be the boss and the manager at a company for a certain amount of time, right? So a lot of things, you know, my mom is one of my best friends in the world, and we talk a lot about communications and how to like. I didn't realize, you know, the skills she was giving me at the time, but we would talk a lot about like how is if you change the way that you say something to someone, it can be perceived completely different, right? And so that really gave me the confidence to be able to talk to anybody and and connect with them. You know what I'm saying? And I even think my upbringing, like going to school in the suburbs and stuff like that, and then going in the city in the summer times or going to visit, I feel like that all plays into learning how to talk to different people and stuff like that, right? So the funny thing for me is when you're talking about being like a little apprehensive about sending messages and stuff like that, right? My whole thing was, boom, this is my trial period here. Like I might not want to call this person on the phone, but like I can try. I'll send 10 people messages. I'll send different type of messages and then see who responds. And then what you start realizing is that like, okay, before you send a message, you look at a way to connect with somebody that will make them want to respond. Like I even do that now. Like if I message somebody that I'm trying to connect with on a business level and I don't think they're gonna respond, like we had a sponsorship a couple of years ago, and I noticed that the dude grew up in Central Florida. So I hit
Mm.
him instead of sending him an email just about business. I was like, hey, I went to school in Central Florida, this and that, and I was on this road and I lived here, and he responded like immediately. And it's from a big clothing brand. You know what I mean? And then like me and him just established a whole connection based off living in the same area. So that's the thing
Yo,
too. I think a
that's
lot of
super
people send
nifty.
messages like, yeah. So you just gotta. I think you do research on who you're talking to first, and then send a message with whatever you learned about them in mind. You know what I mean?
But
Hmm.
that's big, man. Honestly, I really like that you said that. I also like that you A/B tested your messaging strategy as well, which is kind of cool. Like that's basically
Yeah.
when you send it out and you compare which ones have the better results, and you continue to optimize the approach until etc. That's also, it's cool that you just think like that. Like, people really do pay people a lot of money to do what you're doing. I'm not even flying. Like that is like, you can go
Yeah.
look.
Yeah.
I don't know about we're in the States, but in Canada, there's this site called Glassdoor, and they put the salaries of like the average
Yeah. We
shits.
have Glassdoor here too.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's blessed. So yeah, like
Yeah.
you just go on Glassdoor and go look at what people get paid to do things that you might actually do. It's just a matter of now making your CV look fire, which is now probably a good internet
Right.
presence. That doesn't mean
But you know
followers.
that
It means actually longevity. It means if you do something for 3 to 5 years, companies are interested because you stayed in the
right.
game for 5 years is what companies are
Yeah.
looking for. The companies
Right.
are also having shitty subscriber counts, so trust me, they're not judging you for that shit because they put
Right.
money in and you pulled off what companies did without money. So they're actually really interested in your mind. I just want to throw
Right.
that out there because I didn't put any money into AdSense or anything like that for anything I've accomplished. It's all been this organic growth. That's what companies are looking for because they are not good at things that don't have numbers.
Right. Nah. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know. Just for anyone listening, I'm into sharing knowledge nuggets too if we can. But that's so cool. But so I don't know.
So